I just had a question about the first prompt. I heard you talking about if a woman doesn't decide to wash the dishes for you, then it's considered disobeying you. May I ask you, if she doesn't
Yeah.
choose to wash the dishes, what are the consequences to that?
She no longer qualifies for a relationship with me.
So you would break up with a woman because she didn't want to wash her dishes?
If it's the case that I'm telling my woman to do something and she doesn't obey for in a simple task like washing the dishes, if she doesn't want to obey that, then how can she expect me to put my life on the line to protect her in a time of danger?
Okay, wait, we're comparing washing dishes to danger.
Well, no, what I'm comparing is the obligation. So if you're in a relationship, do you expect your man to protect you if harm is in a way?
Sure, but I don't expect them to, like, let's just say hypothetically, if they came home from a long day or a hard working day, and you know what I'm saying, it is dishes in the sink. I'm not gonna force them to wash dishes or condemn them because they decided to do something.
Yeah, I'm not saying that though. But what I'm saying is you have an expectation that your man needs to meet in order for you to continue to be in a relationship with him, right? Because like if you're out walking and you're with your man and another guy comes up and slaps your butt and squeezes it, like, yeah, gets a handful, and he even turns around and says, yeah, and your man doesn't do anything, are you going to look at your man the same?
So, right. So what we're doing is comparing two different things. Like, this is not even on the same level of comparison. So it's low-key disingenuous.
No, what we're comparing is the obligation, the duties in a relationship. That's what we're comparing. And I'm just saying, my argument is this. I want you to understand, Hazel, and then I'll let you speak. My argument is this. So if it's the case that women expect men to protect them, right? Women expect men to protect them.
They should at least wash the dishes.
No, then what I'm saying is if the woman expects the man to protect them, then the man should expect the woman to obey him. Because how can he protect her if she doesn't obey? So I'm just saying that a man has an obligation to protect. Women should have an obligation to obey, because how can she even get protection from the man if she doesn't obey? Not only that, women have expectations for men, but can a man have any expectations for the woman, like washing dishes?
So can I ask you a question, just to
Sure,
test your logic, right? So does this logic also equivalent to something like SMEX?
SMEX is a mutual thing. I don't think men are walking around a household like, woman, give me SMEX. I don't think that's a thing. Generally, I don't think that's a thing. That could be maybe in some households, maybe if like it's like, funny and they're into that type of stuff. But generally, no, sex is more of like a mutual exchange that's under the confinements of the times of intimacy. But what I'm saying is, if it's the case that the man wants SMEX from the woman and the woman wants to withhold SMEX, I'm saying that that man should break up with her and get another woman. Why would a man be in a relationship with a woman where she does not want to give SMEX?
Okay. Wait. See, now you just contradicted yourself.
Wait. Where's the contradiction? Point it out.
Okay, I will give it to you.
Ahead,
you just said that it's a mutual thing, which is a mutual agreement, right? So they both have to agree.
Well, it takes two to have SMEX, though. So, that's different.
Right.
It doesn't take two to wash the dishes.
I mean, it could, but
no,
anyway,
you got a dishwasher too. Stop it. See, Hazel, you thought you were cooking, but you got cooked. It takes two to have sex. It does not take two to wash the dishes.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to give you another scenario. I'm just trying to see where
go
you're
ahead.
headed. Let's just say, because majority of women nowadays are working, they also work and they also contribute to the household in majority of households in America. What if your woman comes home from, like I said earlier, a long day of work, and she just doesn't feel like washing the dishes? She'll get them tomorrow. Once again, what would be the consequences of that? Can you not be empathetic in a sense to where you understand that understand the situation? Like, she is a human. And
so now you're asking a different question, and under this hypothetical, I'm not saying that there's not going to be times where compromise happen, and I'm not saying that men aren't benevolent and they're not considerate due to the a woman's experience and their living situation. I just had a guy that came up here and he said that he washes the dishes in his home. His wife makes more money than him. She's always out working. He washes the dishes, but he has the final say. I said, hey, I don't got no problem with that. So the washing the dishes isn't the thing that I'm really talking about. We were just using that as an example. What I'm speaking about is men have obligations in the relationship, and women should also have obligations too. And the thing is, a lot of women don't want to adhere to their obligations, but they expect the man to adhere to his obligations, like protecting them.
May I ask you a question? Do
Sure.
you believe that the characteristic of a leader is to also listen to other people and give other people and take in other people's points of views and have understanding that they might not be the be all see all, if that makes sense? Like, some leaders can acknowledge that they don't know everything. Some leaders can take advice from other people. So basically what I'm asking, do you believe a woman in a relationship can have some type of say so or some type of opinion?
Are you asking me this? Should the man consider the woman's thoughts, perspectives, and opinions? For sure.
Absolutely.
Any good leader will consider the thoughts, perspectives, and opinions of the person that they're leading. This doesn't mean that she has the final say, though. Like, I could hear your opinion, but your opinion could just be stupid. Now, like, no, chick, shut up. We're doing this.
Now, I will ask another question. Do you believe that you can be do you believe that people can be advanced in one thing more than you, and you might be advanced at one thing other than the other person? Like, do you think that knowledge can be expandable?
Yeah, right? Look at Jeff Bezos. So Jeff Bezos is the head of Amazon. He has workers in his job that does certain things like forklifting, certain duties, and they have certain knowledge that he don't have. He's not aware of the knowledge. He doesn't have certain knowledge. And what a good leader does is they give certain duties to people that have knowledge and skills in other areas that they don't have. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the forklifter or the person that's picking up boxes in Amazon doesn't tell Jeff Bezos what to do. Jeff Bezos is still going to tell them what to do, even though they have more knowledge in that certain area.
Okay, decent analogy, but
you love that analogy. Just say you love it,
right?
Tell me you love it.
Reference of relationships, right? Basically, what I'm asking in a logical standpoint, as a human, do you believe that you can be right about everything? Because
no.
You gave the statement. You gave the statement of it could just be dumb. The way she think or the opinions that she gave could have just been dumb. But what makes you?
And I can actually be wrong.
Some of the ideas that right.
Yeah.
So a man, if you're a human, if you are a man that also sins, or if you're a man that also makes mistakes or makes bad decisions, how can you differentiate between, oh, I know everything, I'm a leader, so
I've never said that, though. You're just putting that in there. Remember, I just gave the Jeff Bezos analogy.
When you gave the example, you hyper focused on 9 times out of 10 is going to be dumb. That's what
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this, right? So you can understand me, Hazel. Even if it's the case that the woman is right, even if it's the case that the employee is right, the end of the day, the man in the relationship has the final say as the leader. As the leader. If he's the leader, he has the final say. And the owner of the company has the final say, even if the employee is right. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to point out a hierarchy of things. There's a hierarchy in order to create order in a relationship, in a company, and in anything. There's always going to be some type of hierarchy. So women, I'm not saying that women are dumb and they don't know anything. No, there's many women that are smarter or more skilled in certain situations than their husband or their boyfriend, right? Totally fine. I'm just saying that the woman, if she wants a leader, she would have to yield to the man in order for him to lead. If not, then she would be in the leadership position if she thinks that she's just going to have the final say. Also, I'll tell you this, right, to give you more perspective. Women live life on easy mode. They really don't have a clear understanding of how the world operates because they are privileged in society. And you're in a privileged position in society because what are we all put on this planet to do?
Protect women, I'm assuming you're going to say.
No, we're all put on this planet to procreate. Like what we're creating. It's not procreate, right? I'm simply saying women don't have a burden of performance in order to procreate. You can just get a guy and a man will accept you for how you are. You don't have to self-improve. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't even have to work. There's always going to be some guy that will accept you. It may not be the guy that you want, but you still would have the opportunity to procreate, to reproduce, because men's standards aren't high. It's going to be a guy out there for you. But on the opposite hand, men are not afforded that same privilege because women's standards are very high. So men have a burden of performance. We actually have to go out there and become, in order to procreate, in order to be attractive to women, we need to go out there and produce, become something, make something of ourselves, become established, right? So what I'm saying is men tend to understand the world in its truest sense because there's consequences for men's inadequacies. There's not a chick to save us if we live in our mom's basement and we eat cereal and play video games. But if a woman lives in her mom's basement, eats cereal and play video games, there's always going to be a man to save her. So she doesn't really feel the negative consequences of the world like men do, generally speaking. So I'm just saying that women don't really have a reality and an understanding of the world like men do. So there's going to be times in a relationship where the man just understands the world better than you do, because you are in a position that's privileged and you don't understand everything.
So I would ask if men had the idea and basically had logical thinking, why would men settle for BS? What do you think that's a character issue if they settle for nothing?
Yeah,
I think that's
tell
really
guys
just a bad characteristic if you ask me.
Real quick, Hazel, that's two different things you're mixing now. You're speaking about should, and I was speaking about how things are, how it is. So yes, you are right. Should men have standards and value themselves more and not accept a lot of BS from women? No, I don't think that they should. But the reality is they do. And since they do, the reality is women really don't have to take accountability because there's always going to be a simp to save them. That's what I'm saying. Women only take accountability when they're 40 plus years old, living with cats and dogs, and they lose options at the bar. When a girl has to approach a man, that's when you know she feels the accountability there, because no guys are approaching her and she has to approach a guy. That's when it finally hits, like, bing, darn, accountability. I actually have to do something to attract a man. And that's normally when she's old and washed up.
That is a very interesting take. Honestly, me being a woman, I honestly don't think it is hard to approach women. I would honestly say that it is more so not what you do, but how you do it. And I think a lot of people, even women, don't understand that sometimes it's not the people that you go after. Maybe it is the people that you go after, but sometimes it might just be your approach. I would say that too.
No. So would you ask a fish how to catch a fish or a fisherman how to catch a fish?
A fisherman how to catch a fish, yes.
And the reason why you would ask a fisherman how to catch a fish, because that's what the fisherman is skilled at. That's what he does. He catches fish. You can't ask a fish how to catch a fish. So you said that me as a woman, I know what it would be like as a man to get a woman. No, you wouldn't actually know at all. At all. You have no clue because you're a fish. Currently, right now, you're fish. You're a fish. I can give you an example.
I can give you an example of how you can solve that issue.
Number one, you can't solve it.
No,
you don't know.
I'm not saying that. I said, as a man, if you want to learn how to get women, maybe surround yourself with women and ask women how to get women.
No, that's bad advice. Opposite. Look, that's a contradiction to your last statement.
That is not. It is not.
Hazel, it's a contradiction to what you just said.
To your argument. So if you want to find out how to get women, why would you not ask women? What do you like? How do you like being approached?
Hazel, you already answered this.
You just said men or women are not the same. So why would I ask a man about the things that women like?
Hazel, you already answered your question. You just said that if you wanted to catch a fish, would you ask the fish or would you ask the fisherman? And you said that you would ask the fisherman and not the fish. So if you are why would a man go to a woman? Do women catch fish? Do women catch other women? No, women don't catch other women. Men catch other women. So why would a man talk to another woman to catch a woman? No, he's going to talk to a man, a guy that's good at getting girls.
So men shouldn't ask their mothers for advice on how to treat women in the world. So
how to treat women?
Men treat women. They don't get their, like, okay. When boys grow up, their first example of a woman is their mother.
Yeah.
That is what I mean.
Okay.
So your experiences with women determines how you treat them, how you see them, how you approach them, and things of that nature. So yes, that is what I mean.
Yeah, but this logic doesn't add up. Let me tell you why.
If I want to know how to make a man happy, this is why I'm talking to you, right? This is why the woman came to you early in the live and came to you about a relationship, because you are a man. So I would ask you as a man, how can I please my man? Right? Yeah, because you are a man.
Yeah, it's different when it comes to women asking men advice, because the girl that came up and asked me advice, she's a member and she pays a subscription, so that's why I had her up.
I have to pay you to ask you for advice.
Let me finish my point, right?
Okay.
Women can talk to a man for advice. Generally, it does not work, because if you're just going to go up and talk to a man for advice, how are you going to know if you're truly getting sound advice? Because most guys have sexual intentions with women. So how do you know that he doesn't have sexual intentions with you and telling you certain things to try to get closer to having sex with you? So what I tell women is, you want to go to a man, ask a man advice who do not have sexual intentions with you, like going to your father, your brother, your uncle, or paying for a male coach to give you advice where it's virtual. You get what I'm saying? Where it's over the phone, where you know that, like, there's no type of ulterior motives here that men can have, because most guys lie to women to get sex. These male feminists that I had up here, the reason why they were speaking the way they were speaking, because they were lying to pander to the women's perspective to be likable. Women don't know that. So since you live life on easy mode, you think women, generally speaking, not all, but women tend to think that they're special and like they got a nice personality and they got a cool vibe about themselves. But really, that's not the case. Men don't think you're special. Men don't really care about this vibe that you think you have, because most guys just want to smash. And not only that, when we're in a relationship or a date with a woman, the woman is looking for the man to create a vibe. If the man doesn't create a vibe, which is this connection between them two, then she's going to look at him as corny or the date was bad. So she's looking for the man to create that vibe. The man is not looking for the woman to create a vibe. This means that, like, she would be like the head and he's beneath her. She would be the head and he's beneath her. So the way you are viewing male and female intersexual dynamics isn't accurate.
Well, but you just agreed and said the only way that you can do it is, the only appropriate way to do it is if you had an uncle or a father or things of that nature. In which
someone that doesn't have sexual intentions with you.
Right. Sir, I already hit on that point when I brought up a mother. A mother does not have sexual relations to you.
But the mother doesn't understand the world. So remember when I said that?
The whole idea,
go ahead, I'll let you
the title, the whole idea, the whole idea, regardless of the title of who you're speaking to, because I can understand your point when it came to the whole, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me go talk to my best friend about my relationship. Because, you know, some dudes actually do that. They just give advice so he can be the next dude you're talking to. So I understand that. Okay, if you do want to get advice, it'll be the closest people to you, like family members or something, logically. But so I already gave the idea.
So let me
9 times out of 10. Okay, go ahead.
Let me further elucidate my point what I mean by when I say that, even if it's the case that a man going to his mother for advice, he wouldn't be able to get sound advice, because did the mother catch the father, or did a father catch the mother? No, the father got the mother. So the mother can't give you advice on how to get girls because the mother wasn't out there getting girls. She has no experience with that. She's a woman.
But
so
she
the
is
mother
a woman. She is a girl.
Even though she's a woman, she can't teach you how to get a woman because the mother wasn't out there. She has no practice getting women.
Okay, well, let me give you another analogy. If you want your car fixed, are you going to go to a professor at a college, or are you going to go to a mechanic?
What?
Oh,
I'm going to go to
that's
a professor at
analogy.
I'll fully answer the analogy. The professor at a college isn't a mechanic, right? He's just teaches like math, right?
Point.
Yeah, you go to the mechanic.
You would give to the person. You would go to the person that would be knowledgeable.
This doesn't correlate.
About the specific thing that you are looking for.
The mother wouldn't be knowledgeable on how to get a girl.
This is a very interesting take, honestly. You think your best advice come from other men about how to get women? Not women, the actual source. You don't go to the source?
Do you go to a fish to catch a fish, or do you go to the fisherman?
You're comparing. Stop. Because at that point now you're giving disingenuous
We've been through this. Yo, Hazel, you're not getting it. We've been through it.
Humans. You're talking about a fish. I'm talking about humans.
Hazel.
Stop.
Okay.
You're giving disingenuous analogies, bro.
This isn't disingenuous, Hazel.
It is.
Okay, I'll explain how it isn't. Real quick, let me explain how it isn't. Do women pitch themselves to men? Like, do women approach men, generally speaking? Yes or no?
No, but what does that have to do with anything?
Hazel, okay, listen. Since women do not approach men, generally speaking, men are the ones that approach women, correct? So if men are the ones that's pursuing women, 9 out of 9, then you would go to a man on how to learn how to pursue a woman. You wouldn't go to a woman on how to pursue a woman because women do not pursue other women and women don't even pursue men.
It's not about the idea of pursuing the other as the same gender.
Who's going to have the knowledge of getting the opposite sex?
Dude, if I am a woman, I would know the things, the characteristics or of how women act.
I got a question for you.
This is why people say boys cannot be raised by women. They get raised by men. Because men know the characteristics of men. Men know the characteristics of boys.
Okay,
it is the same
I got a question for you.
concept.
If you think that you can give sound advice to a man, so let me ask you this question. Hypothetically, a man and a woman is in a relationship. Do you think it's good advice to tell a man to be vulnerable around his girl? Yes or no?
In certain aspects. Emotional intelligence is always key.
What aspects should a man be vulnerable around his girl? What aspects?
I would say if this is your woman, and really this is somebody that you should be able to confide in general, but it is certain levels to it. Like, okay, let's just say hypothetically you lost your job, right? Mm-hmm.
If a guy loses his job, what are you saying?
Basically, he has the right to be, as a human, he has the right to be upset. He has the right to want to vent or things of that nature.
Should he vent? Should he vent to his girl? Should he be upset around his girl?
Is that not his woman or wife?
It's his wife, and it's hypothetical. I'm asking you, should he vent and be vulnerable to his girl if he loses his job?
Yes.
The reason why that's bad advice now, because when we're speaking about vulnerability, you just said that the man should be vulnerable to his woman if he loses his job and vent to her, and if he's angry, express his anger. All of this type of behavior is not conducive for a good outcome, generally speaking, in a relationship, because you would say that the woman want to feel secure in a relationship, right?
Yes, and I believe.
Okay, let me finish. That was just a yes or no. I'll let you speak a lot. Just let me land my plane. If it's the case that women do expect security in a relationship, well, the man would be breaking that promise of providing security if he's vulnerable and putting all of his problems on her. Because women get security from a relationship usually from a financial aspect and also security from an emotional aspect. Women are already more emotional than men. So the man's job is to be the rock and should not pour all of his emotions on the woman. So it wouldn't be a behavior that's conducive to a relationship if the man is overly expressing his emotions and being vulnerable to the woman. It's not going to lead to a good outcome, because how can the woman truly feel secure if it's like, oh, you lost your job and you don't know what to do and you're whining to me? Get up and go freaking get a job. Let me finish. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. The other thing, I'll let you talk for a long time and I'll let you get it out. Just let me refute everything you're saying. I know you don't like it, but just listen. I didn't like what you had to say, but I still listened to you. And I even took notes. The other thing that you said that, well, men should have a right to do so, that we should have a right to express our emotions. You say this because you're viewing things from a female's lens, right?
No, I'm looking at this from a psychological lens.
Okay, got it. Hazel, I'll let you speak. I'll let you speak. You gonna let me speak or what?
Well, I feel like you're.
But I will let you, Hazel. I will let you get it out after I reply to everything you said. Just let me reply.
Okay, go
ahead.
It's
like you scared to get the truth out. Scared to hear this knowledge.
Rhetorical questions when I'm answering. You're asking me questions. And
I'm not asking you questions. I'm going back to what you said, and then I'm giving my refutation for what you said. I'm giving my argument against it. Okay. You said that men should have a right to be emotional and to express themselves. Well, you're looking at it from a female's lens because you don't understand the world how men do. You don't even understand yourself and women in general, because you think that a man can just be vulnerable to a woman and then not experience a negative response from a woman. No, in most cases, I coach men. I speak to thousands of men, right? So in most cases, when a man is vulnerable, the woman loses some sort of attraction for the man. Now, the threshold of vulnerability that women can tolerate is different for each woman. So some women may have a very small intolerance for a man being vulnerable. If a man complains or nags too much, she'll be like, I can't take this. You're too of a panty boy. She will maybe lose attraction. Other women have a bigger threshold and they can deal with more of the man being vulnerable, where she can experience the man crying, experience the man losing a job, and she'll be right on his side like, baby, I got you. She'll even hug him at night and she won't lose any attraction. But since it's the case that men do not know, why open up Pandora's box? Why should it? That's not good advice to give to a man, to say, hey, bro, go ahead and be vulnerable around your girl and then open up Pandora's box. And now you don't know if the chick is going to lose attraction for you or not. And the truth is, when women lose attraction for their men, they never tell them. They don't say that like, yeah, I look at you less now because you was crying, or I look at you less now because you got beat up, or I look at you less now because you lost a job. Women don't say these things. Women just act accordingly. They're like, yeah, I don't like them like that. And then she has a work husband. They move on. Okay. So I'm just simply saying it's not sound advice to tell a man to be vulnerable around his girl, because that could open up Pandora's box and put him in a precarious situation in a relationship where the woman can lose attraction, grow resentment, and break up with him. What we tell men, if you have a problem like that, then talk to your father, talk to one of your homeboys. Speaking to another man, he will be more suited to help you solve your problem rather than you venting to your girl being vulnerable and her losing attraction. So the answer to your question is, men, do not vent to your girl. Go ahead and out and talk to your homie. If you have an issue, talk to your homie, talk to your father, talk to some type of manly figure in your life.
Okay. So you see how you just used my same rhetoric earlier about how when you go to the same type of people, they have a better outcome of the characteristics that you're looking for. But anyway, my question would be,
that's because that's a conflation. Hazel, that's a conflation. The same type of people. Men have a burden of performance to perform. So you go to a man, and also men are more analytical, better at deductive problem solving. We have better spatial awareness. So when you go to men for advice, men are just better at giving advice to women. Women tend to look at things more from a feels perspective. So they tell you what's going to make you feel good. This is why there's all of these terms in society like no body shaming. Well, chick, you're fat. Self-improve, get into the gym. Why is it no body shaming? Why did women women coined that term. No slut shaming. No, chick, you're a whore. Stop being promiscuous. These are women trying to make excuses for other women because they're not doing anything to try to help self-improve women. No, you just tell women what they like to hear rather than tell them things that can improve their life.
Okay, that's awesome. So why marry a woman you can't confide in?
Why be with a woman that you want to confide in? You looking at things wrong. A man is with a woman for different things of that sort, right? It's different things, different things. The man is saying that. The man is a man isn't in the relationship for the same things that the woman is in a relationship for. We have different conditioners.
Spousal support, emotional support, like none at all. Like what do you think the main 3 reasons why men get married?
Hazel, top 5, it's different for men and women, Hazel. What's your question for? You asking for men?
What are the top 5 characteristics? Because you said that you would know more about a woman. What are your top 5 characteristics of a woman?
Top 5? That's a whole lot. See, you don't even understand men. Men don't even got top 5.
I'm not going to do that. Give me top 3 characteristics of a woman that
I'll give you top 3. 5 is a whole lot. Okay. Top 3 is don't be a whore, be loyal. Top 2 is men expect sex in a relationship. So it's sex. They want the woman to be loyal. Don't be a 304. And then they also want the woman to comply. Be submissive. Those are the top 3. And what was this question for?
Yeah, I was just asking, why would you marry somebody that you can't
it's going to be different. Women wouldn't marry the man for those same things, though. Attraction isn't symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. So the things that a woman would... Okay, you go ahead and give me yours. What are the top 3 things that you look for in a man?
Stability, emotionally intelligent, and how could I say?
Finances. You ain't gonna take no broke dude. Are you gonna take a broke dude?
Stability. That's a part of stability.
Okay, so finances okay. So finances. What else?
Don't you need finances to be stable?
Okay. Finances.
Would you want your daughter to be with a broke man?
Finances. Give me your top 3. Finances. What else? What's the second one?
Emotionally intelligent and respectable.
Okay, so emotionally intelligence. What? Still, forget the emotional intelligence. You gave me your 3. You see how my 3 is different than your 3?
Yes, because yours is a base of I would say
because men and women aren't the same. Hazel,
a hierarchy complex. Where mine is just based off simple characteristics of a relationship.
No, Hazel, yours is based off of hierarchy too. You said finances.
It's not. Finances doesn't have to do a stability. See, if I said a man, right? I never.
You said emotionally intelligence.
I never. Right. So what does that have to do with finances?
That you're saying that mine is based off a hierarchy, and you said that yours isn't. Yours is also based off a hierarchy.
How? What
you want the man?
What hierarchy do you need to give stability or emotionally intelligent? You don't need a hierarchy for that. You don't need that.
Okay. So do you prefer your man to be taller than you?
You don't need a hierarchy for respect either.
You prefer your man to be taller than you?
I'm 5'2". Everybody's taller than me, bro.
You prefer your man? Okay, so you do. You prefer your man to be stronger than you?
I mean, I'm realistically, these questions are irrelevant because most people are already stronger.
I know, but you do want your man to be stronger than you, right?
120 pounds, like
but that's what you want. You do want your man to be strong. There are some men that's probably weaker than you, but do you want? So you want your man to be taller, stronger, and you want your man to preferably make more money or just the same as much money as you do?
Yeah, just about. I just want somebody with a driving mindset.
Okay, got it. So you are looking, in your wants, you already created the hierarchy. You want the guy that's better than you. You don't want a guy that's equal to you.
To me, it's not, I don't know. I guess maybe let's
prove my point correct. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.